So the new Superman trailer is out, and I surprisingly have gotten a lot of people messaging me, asking me what I think about it. Not because I'm anybody special or my opinion matters. The only thing that's weird about it is that people are messaging me. Nobody messages me. Nobody asks my opinion about anything. Nobody cares. So it's pretty weird. So I'm going to give you my thoughts on the new Superman movie based on this teaser trailer. So we've got Superman. He's played by an actor. I don't know him from anything. Maybe he'll be good. I hope so. He's really, really tall, so that's cool. My friend Mark told me that his grandfather is the inventor, author of the Choose Your Own Adventure book series, so that's pretty awesome. The guy's still alive. He's 93 years old, and this is his grandson playing Superman. I do like the costume becoming a nice brighter blue again. I like the red underwear trunks coming back. The cape, I don't like how it inserts into the costume. I don't like how the costume is padded instead of showing the physique more. The S emblem is a bizarre design that I don't care for. A lot of nitpicking, right? Who cares? I'm glad that it's not the black background of the S shield, the Max Fleischer thing. I didn't like it when Alex Ross brought it back in the 90s. I've never liked it since then. It was a mistake by the Fleischers. I love their cartoons, but enough of that stupid black background of the S shield. It's dumb. No more. Okay, the Clark Kent, the broccoli hair, I don't care. Give him people are saying don't give him that hairstyle, it'll date the film, it won't be timeless. Nothing is timeless anymore. Nobody cares about that stuff. It comes out, it's for the audience of the day it comes out, it's got to make its money, and then it vanishes into the ether and is replaced by the next 100 billion iterations of the thing. Nothing needs to be timeless anymore. Is Star Wars not timeless because the members of the Empire had those 70s mutton chop sideburns? Or as the British call it, sideboards. Now, nobody cares about this stuff, okay? The only thing interesting about the broccoli hair is I remember around 2020, maybe even earlier, I started seeing young men with that hairstyle, and I kept thinking, they look like a stalk of broccoli, but I never said it. It was derogatory. It was insulting. It's an old man yelling at clouds. And then a few years later, people started calling it the broccoli hair. And I know you think back and you're like, well, it's obvious. Of course you're going to call it that, but to have your inner thoughts that you never heard anyone say for years all of a sudden become the term everyone uses, it's interesting. Okay, so now on to Lois Lane. Never cared about Lois Lane, except the actress playing this Lois happens to be an actress that I really like. She is related to David Spade, but more than that, she had a show, The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, which I've recently discovered and gotten into. I know it was on for 5 seasons. I don't even know if it's still on anymore. I've watched the first season and a half. I'm hooked. I think it's all because of her. So I hope she does something good with this Lois, because I have never cared about any iteration of Lois. As for the trailer, it's a lot of mushy nonsense of floating in Superman's arms and gazing into his eyes. That's for the female audience. I don't want to see that. I don't want to imagine myself being carried aloft. I don't care about that stuff. It looks like, according to this trailer, that she knows his identity. So what? Who cares? Good. Maybe she'll have more scenes. Maybe they'll do something with her worthwhile. I mean, Margot Kidder's Lois Lane was all right. Now, on to Crypto. I like this. I'm not a dog guy. I have comics with Crypto in them. I just haven't read them yet. I like Superman having a little pet friend that can help him out, and it's super powered. It's not like Batman taking a young boy into battle with no superpowers just so he has someone to talk to, so he's not talking to himself. That stuff's stupid. Kid sidekicks are stupid. Captain America from the comics with his little kid sidekick Bucky, stupid. This is a superpowered pet, a Krypton-powered pet. Probably hangs out at the Fortress of Solitude. I like it. But I don't want to hear anyone call him a doggo. I don't want anyone wondering if he's a good boy. None of that goofy, the meme culture stuff. Enough. Next, Lex Luthor. Again. Why Lex again? Can't we have Brainiac? What's wrong with having Brainiac as your bad guy? Why does Spider-Man always have to fight the Green Goblin in the first film? Batman always has to fight the Joker. It's always the main antagonist. The Fantastic Four always have to fight Doctor Doom the first time out. And the main villain always has to be tied in to to the origin story of the hero. Why? They're the main villain for a reason. They're the most lethal. So build up to him. Give us Brainiac. Give us people we haven't seen and build to Lex so that like the third movie in, you're like, man, are we ever going to see who Lex Luthor is and how he trumps everybody that Superman has battled so far? Why have him as like the level 1 villain? How do you build up from there? You've already used your main dude. The trailer also shows Metamorpho. Very happy about this. Good. Great idea. Metamorpho. Thank you. Also has a giant monster. I love giant monsters. Why is everybody calling it a kaiju? This is not a Japanese film. It's not a Godzilla film. Every giant monster isn't a kaiju. That is a Japanese term. Okay? Next. Oh, you know what? I don't ever want to see Doomsday ever again. He was a gimmick villain created for one stupid gimmick story. He was created just to be the one that takes Superman down for the gimmick Death of Superman storyline, and then he dies in that story too. Stupid bad guy. Never use him again. Never. Okay? Now, there's a lot of other good guys in this film. Why? Okay, so there are. Fine. Let's run down them. Guy Gardner, the red-headed, bowl-cutted, Three Stooges Mo version of Green Lantern with like a winter coat and dancer spandex. I don't want to see this. Stupid. Hawk Girl. No. And I hear Supergirl's gonna be in this. Why? The first film of Superman, you gotta have Supergirl in there too? Way to dilute your hero. And then lastly, Mr. Terrific. The heck is Mr. Terrific? And why should anyone care? Next, the music. The slow electric guitar version of the Christopher Reeves John Williams score. Why are we doing this? Hopefully it's just for the stupid teaser trailer. You need to come up with your own music, okay? The radio show had its own theme. The George Reeves television series had its own theme. The Christopher Reeve movies, yes, I get it. You can never beat John Williams in any composition ever. So why try? Why copy it? Move on. Lois and Clark had their own theme song. Smallville had its own theme song. Come up with your own music, okay? Even if it sucks, just give us something different. And finally, MegaCon coming up in about a month and a half. Gonna have 6 people that played Superman there. You can meet them all. Now, I've already met Dean Cain. I've already met Tom Welling. I should meet Brandon Routh. It was such a big event when that movie came out. I made such a big deal out of it to go see it. And I think for a minute there, I liked it, but I don't rewatch it. I don't like Superman being a deadbeat dad peeping Tom. It was supposed to be like a continuation of Christopher Reeve. It's not Christopher Reeve. Enough of that. And they never used him again. And then he came back in a goofy costume as the Atom on some television show. I don't know. Maybe I don't need to bother meeting Brandon Routh. And then the fourth one, Tyler Hoechlin or whatever. Look, I watched the pilot episode like a year after it came out of the new, whatever it's called, Superman and Lois or something like that. I think I liked a little bit of it. Clearly not enough to ever go back to it. I don't need to meet that guy. The other 2 people are voice actors from cartoons I didn't watch. You know, it's not like they got Bud Collyer or somebody. He's not alive anymore. It's not like I can go meet George Reeves or Christopher Reeve. You know, these men aren't alive anymore. So maybe I'm tapped out on the Superman I need to meet. So there's my thoughts on the new Superman movie. Watch it, don't watch it, I don't care.